You probably know who Tom Holland is. And if you're into Marvel, you also know that he recently finished filming the newest Spider-Man movie. So you'd expect that under his latest Instagram posts, fans would be congratulating him during such an important moment in his career. But it makes me laugh to imagine Tom Holland waking up early in the morning, opening Instagram to read the newest comments, only to find angry messages written in Russian and other languages, mockingly demanding that he return an apartment to Russian singer. Yes, this really happened. But let's start from the beginning. Something very strange is happening in Russia right now. People are buying apartments from elderly homeowners. The seniors, of course, agree to everything and sign all the necessary documents. But once the apartment is ready for the new owners to move in, or maybe they already made some renovations to it, suddenly those same seniors remember and remind themselves that scammers forced them to sign the papers, and they now claim that they have dementia and they don't remember what they signed. There are so many such cases right now, and the most shocking part is that the courts usually side with the seniors, forcing the new buyers to return the apartment without getting their money back. Because, supposedly since scammers stole the money from the seniors, then seniors don't have this money. After all, they are just poor old people who can't think straight and who has to go back to their apartment because their health is increasingly deteriorating. This insanity in the beautiful country made of cardboard and crap has reached the point where buyers now require seniors to undergo strict psychological evaluations to prove that their brains work normally, just so they can't later reclaim the apartment after the money is already paid. This makes the buying process incredibly difficult for everyone involved. Because on one side you have normal people who just want to sell apartment but they can't do it because they have to go through all of this stuff, and on the other hand you have people who want to buy apartment and who really need this apartment but they can't buy it because they have to do all of these tests just to make sure they will not get scammed. And the person who kicked all of this off was a Russian singer, Larissa Dolina, who looks like that character from The Emperor's New Groove.
So, is everything ready for tonight?
Oh yeah, I thought we'd start off with soup and a light salad, and then see how we feel after that.
Not the dinner.
In 2024, she sold her luxury apartment in Moscow for the equivalent of around $1.5 million in cash, which she received after the sale. And then she came up with the story that criminals, pretending to be Russian intelligence officers, called her and convinced her to sell the apartment immediately and transfer over $2 million to so-called safe accounts. Only later did she realize she'd been robbed, so like any totally normal person, she sued the buyer trying to reclaim the apartment. Any normal court would have laughed her out of the building, but not a Russian court, of course. They agreed with her and reversed the sale, probably because she's a famous singer. Surely they at least caught the scammers, right? Well, the court decided that the person responsible for finding and bringing the scammers before the court is the buyer of the apartment. So unless her name is Bruce Wayne, she has a little chance to get this money back.
The hell are you supposed to be? I'm vengeance.
So basically, the woman who simply bought the property, who simply wanted to buy a house, ended up with no money and no apartment. Naturally, this caused massive public backlash. Almost no one believed Dolina's story. Some events even cancelled her visits and refused to let her perform, and Burger King even openly stated that they would no longer deliver food to her home. How is she going to survive? But alright, what does any of this have to do with Tom Holland? It turns out that those supposed scammers used his photo to make their scheme more convincing. As you can see on this passport, standing before you is proud officer of the Russian security services, Andrei Olegovich. Doesn't he look like Andrei Olegovich? Good thing he wasn't named something like Foma Hollandovich. And as you can understand, neither Dolina nor any of her assistants or lawyers realized that the face on the document belonged to Tom Holland. But the funniest part overall is that very likely Larissa Dolina still doesn't have an idea who Tom Holland is, but Tom Holland definitely knows who Larissa Dolina is. It's like this theoretical story where Tom Holland is sitting in the morning at the table, very sad, and Zendaya is asking him, "What's going on, Tom? What happened?" And Tom answers, "You know what, Zendaya, that one Christoph from Muhosransk wrote that my movies are shit, and now I just can't handle it." Actually, I'm honestly curious if Tom Holland will say something about it on one of the interviews, because I'm pretty sure that while promoting his new movie, someone will definitely ask a question like this. I can already imagine this cringe in his face when he will get asked this question. "Mr. Tom, do you know who Larissa Dolina is, and are you planning to give her back the money?" And I'm curious if it will have any effect on the Spider-Man premiere, because I would like to remind you that Spider-Man movies that we had so far were Spider-Man Homecoming, Spider-Man Far From Home, Spider-Man No Way Home, and the newest movie will be called Spider-Man Brand New Day, but if I would be them, I would change the name to Spider-Man Brand New Home. Because you can go to his latest Instagram post and you will see tons of Russian language comments, which I translated here for this video. "Do you know, Tom, that the most important is the weather in the house?" Fuck, I just noticed that all of these comments have like 4,000, 6,000, 3,000 likes. Save the world? Nah. Cheat Dolina out of money? Hell yeah. Do you even understand that you have shaken the Russian economy with this action? So it turns out that Tom Holland did more for fighting Russia than actual sanctions. I understand that they don't earn that much in Hollywood since they've sunk to such a low level. First Larissa and then who? Dr. Octavius? What are you doing? I just got amazing idea. Imagine the Goblin meme, but with the, "You know, I'm something of an Andrei Olegovich myself." Tom, we thought better of you. We understand that times are tough in Hollywood, but this still doesn't paint you in a good light. And my favorite comment for now, "Give probably her back the money, or else Dolina will give you a concert right in your web." I mean, if you want to threaten someone, then that's a perfect way to do it. And there is much more of these comments. You can go to any of his Instagram posts and you will see them there. Also, that explains why Tom Holland can afford driving expensive cars. By a day, a superhero, actor, Spider-Man. By night, an officer of the Russian intelligence services. A scammer, a trickster, you might say. Honestly, when I first heard about this drama, I was shocked that anyone could fall for something like this. But then I saw this picture of Passport and I believed immediately. And I had to tell you about this story because the direction this drama took is just hilarious. And what do you think about this whole situation and Tom Holland's terrible crime? The comments are yours. And the like button is mine, so press it if you enjoyed the video. And huge thanks to everyone who stayed until this time, because I was surprised to see that on my previous video we got 8% of people more to stay until the end, so there was 20% of people who watched it till the end. I try to not ask people to subscribe, but I know that it helps. Anyway, I will see you in the next video. Thanks for watching, bye bye.